Neither Russia nor Communist China have signed the accords. The United States is the only signatory with human spaceflight capabilities. The Artemis Accords got its 51st signatory this week, with Thailand joining the international agreement on December 16th. Created in 2020, the accords are tied to NASA's Artemis program and are, according to the administration, intended to establish a political understanding regarding mutually beneficial practices for the future exploration and use of outer space, with a focus on activities conducted in support of the Artemis program. As NASA and its partners get another year closer to sending their astronauts to the moon, here are some things to know about this growing international agreement. Out of the 51 nations to sign the accords, the United States is the only one with the operating capability to send human beings beyond the atmosphere. The European Space Agency, ESA, has opted out of building its own manned vehicles in favor of buying seats on American or Russian vehicles, and the Indian Space Research Organization, IRSO, plans to launch its first manned mission into orbit, called the Gaganyaan project, by 2025. As for spaceports, Japan, South Korea, Israel, and New Zealand have at least one in operation. The ESA's launch complex is in French Guiana. Several space agencies have been tasked to collaborate on the hardware for the Artemis missions. The ESA, for example, is building the service module for the Orion space capsule that will carry Artemis astronauts to the moon. The Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, is designing the new lunar rover, and further plans to build the Gateway space station in lunar orbit involve the ESA and the United Arab Emirates. However, all Artemis astronauts will use mostly American equipment. They will be launched on rockets made by Boeing. They will make the translunar crossing in a human-rated capsule made by Lockheed Martin, and they will land on the lunar surface in either a SpaceX or Blue Origin lander. Manned orbital travel among the signatories will be handled by American spacecraft like the SpaceX Crew Dragon capsules. Only 15 of the 51 signatory nations have sent an astronaut to the International Space Station, according to NASA, and the list of signatory nations includes those with very little to no experience in spaceflight, such as Armenia, Angola, and the Dominican Republic.